Now to the trashier side of Kansas. Each of us generates an estimated 4.5 pounds of garbage every single day. The average family, 6,300 pounds a year. Justin Kramer shows us how a Wichita couple has been working for decades to keep less and less of that trash from polluting the Kansas landscape.
At ProKansas Miller Recycling, more than 20 million pounds of garbage have come through these doors to be saved from landfills and reused for something else.
This is a one-stop shop. I mean, there are a lot of places that you can take metals, for instance, and places that'll accept paper, but there aren't a lot of places, maybe nobody in town, who accepts as many things as we do.
The recycling center has been running in South Wichita since 2004. It's the legacy of Paul and Margaret Miller. It's their name on the sign. Margaret passed away earlier this year at the age of 98.
And they literally worked in the trenches. In the 80s, they had these recycling drives out in parking lots, and it was freezing, and they were out there encouraging recycling.
After growing up in poverty during the Depression, being forced to stretch every penny, the Millers were dedicated to conservation. National Geographic even made mention of the pair for their collection efforts at Walmart parking lots, saving newspapers, bottles, and cans from landfills when no one else in town would take them.
I go over to Sam's to take my stuff, and there are 10 semis sitting out there, and they're taking glass, and they're taking phone books, and they're taking cans and all this stuff. And so I would dump my stuff, and then I'd stop and help for an hour or two.
Those efforts in the 80s eventually led to ProKansas Miller opening in 2004, still years before area trash haulers were commonly offering curbside pickup for recyclables. ProKansas regulars like Alan Keimig from Tom Sawyer Bicycle Shop remembers before it opened, there weren't a lot of options if you wanted to recycle.
There wasn't really any place to go easily. So yeah, most of our cardboard went in the trash, I'm sorry to say.
With recycling finally catching on in Kansas over the last decade, there are more options than ever to keep your trash out of a landfill. But the non-for-profit center remains popular, partly because it's completely free to use, and also because unlike curbside pickup, ProKansas will take almost anything you've got.
We collect more different categories of material here than any place in Wichita. And your trash hauler, he's just going to collect material on stuff that he can turn around and make money on. And I don't blame him, it's a free enterprise system, but we're a nonprofit, so we'll take things that we actually lose money on to keep it out of the landfill, because our mission's different than making money.
ProKansas Recycling has never been about making money. Its only goal from the very beginning has been to keep Kansas cleaner.
They understood that, you know, if you've got 400,000 bottles stacked up out there, you'd rather have it turned into 400,000 new bottles than to go to the landfill or be dumped on the street.
For Positively Kansas, I'm Justin Kramer.
If you'd like to learn more about recycling in your community, look for the link on the Positively Kansas page at kpts.org.